you beautiful cats and kittens, you boys and girls, you badgers and gerbils, all you crazy cats out there. We're so happy that you're tuning into the Refuge Report, a time where we get to sit down and talk about the totally chill environment that's happening globally and nationally. Nothing's really going on right now, so we're okay. Everybody take a deep breath. Oosa. Yeah, dude, it's fine. We don't have diseases springing up. We don't have famine springing up. There's no wars and rumors of wars. Everybody's just having a really chill Wednesday. President Joe Biden texted me and just said, chill out, bro. So I was like, hey, thank you. I don't think you're real. He's like, I'm not. How'd you figure it out? So we've been texting all day, me and JB. Good buddies. Good buddies. Yeah, no. What the heck is up with that pardon? We'll get into it. Don't worry. We'll talk about it. We'll chat. With that, guys, the show is always brought to you by Refuge Medical. It's a small, little company. Not many people have heard about it. No, I'm just joking. It is the best dang first aid kit company in the world. We build handmade, quality, top-notch first aid kits for you, the end user, the mom in the minivan, the aunt who picked up her friggin' niece and nephew even though she didn't want to, the grandpa, the grandma, the dad, the construction worker, the police officer, the military operator. What was that?
That was a weird one.
I tried my best, okay? You know, I try to do what I can.
Even though they didn't want.
In America! We build it here! We do not have a Chinese...
No!
What?
No!
Yes, we don't. We don't have a Chinese sweatshop or a Pakistani sweatshop where people are getting paid in rice and not dying to make this gear.
But I'm not getting paid in snacks.
But
okay?
you're not getting paid in snacks. Lauren's snack fund is at a 0. What the heck, chat? You guys brought up the snack fund, and yet you haven't even poured into it. Lauren's sitting here snackless.
Are the snacks?
She hasn't eaten an almond, an ice cube, nothing today.
Oh, no, I've eaten more than I should have.
Oh, but on your own dime. It wasn't through the snack fund, I'll tell you that much. No, guys, so the show is brought to you by Refuge Medical. For those of you who are tracking on Refuge Medical, it is an amazing company. We actually just had a run of OD Green. You heard it right. OD Green, Bear Facts and Bear Mins. There's not a lot of them. Somebody read a production slip wrong and they cut OD instead of Ranger. And so while you still can, go grab OD Green. We don't often run this, so...
It is the best color.
All of you old heads that love the old school GI camo, this is going to rock with you. It plays great with the woodland. It plays great even with multicam. So if you want an OD green, now is the time to go and get it. We don't often run these. Maybe one run a year is what we look at. So we've got a couple here in the shop. We did have some that already went out the door. But with that, Bear Facts and Bear Min 2.0. So you get the Bear Fact 3.0 fully built out, dude. This is all you need. Oh, well, I didn't know that was undone. So this is all you need for your trauma capability right here. You got your tourniquet, your emergency trauma dressing, you have wound packing gauze, additional gauzes, mylar blanket, some head injury support, you have chest seals, burn dressings, you got a nasopharyngeal airway, some flat gauzes, and some trauma shears for all of the best cutting of the clothes or seat belts or, you know, whatever. I use it to cut, like, stuff I probably shouldn't be cutting, like pennies. But that's how tough it is, really. So, grab the OD Green while you still can, guys. Seriously, a great find. This would be an awesome gift for somebody, whether you're doing Hanukkah or Christmas or Kwanzaa, whatever you're doing. Like, good gift. Give the gift of life. Not just, you know, oh, I got you an Xbox game, or, oh, I got you, you know, tickets to the Coliseum. I mean this sports game, whatever. No, grab some friggin' first aid gear that can actually save a life. People have saved lives with first aid gear that was gifted to them. So we have lives saved from that purpose. I know it doesn't seem like that's like a normal thing, but we're trying to normalize it, and that's where you come in, Refuge Nation. You are our on-the-street evangelists preaching the good news of TACMed. So get out there and share the truth. Carry an effing tourniquet. Know how to use it. Carry some wound packing gauze. Know how to use it. Carry a chest seal. Know how to use it. It's so simple that an 8-year-old could do it. And speaking of an 8-year-old, guys, we have some more slots in the Mommy and Me trauma class. So this isn't just for moms, though. That's just what we named it. So if you're a grandpa or an uncle or an aunt or a dad, you're more than welcome to bring the kiddo out and learn a little bit about first aid. Not in a high-speed environment. No, we're tailoring it to the kiddos. So your 7 to 14, 15-year-olds, that's really who this class is aimed for, as well as working with mom or dad or aunt or uncle or whoever to, work through an emergency situation, whatever it could be, a car accident or somebody fell and got hurt, mom dropped a kitchen knife on her foot, whatever it could be. We're trying to prepare the mini little responders. And so we still have some availability. If you're here local and you want to get involved, that's a great opportunity. It's a good foot in the door opportunity for some TACMed information. We'll go to the comment section right now. We'll see what everybody's talking about. Guys, share the show. Share the show. We're talking about some breaking news today. So share the show. Send it to your dog. Send it to your grandma. Send it to your buddy. Send it to the governor. Send it to them right now. Do it. Don't be about it, or don't talk about it, be about it. Here we go. Let's go. What do we got? Rick S. is here. I'm surprised. Rick's going to call the store as soon as we get off, I'm sure. Oh, he actually says it. I'm going to call after the live. Yep. So there it is. Super Crew is here. Voltage Divider's here. Alan's here. Lamppost is here. Todd Hendricks is here. We got David Hosfeld in the chat. We got Alpine Camo Supremacist. I wonder what camo they use. Are you saying that these are made by potty-trained individuals? Yes, all of the people working in the sew shop have been potty-trained. They are adults. We are not using child labor outside of when we make one of our kids work here because they came to work with us. And that's okay. It's training them up. Matt Bear is here. Heck yeah. Travis Bolt is here. Wisconsin Farm Bar is here. Rhonda Miller's here. Arlene Everett's is here. Grumpy Panda's here. Dude, we got a good group of people here in the chat right now. This is freaking awesome. Don't be a hoe, share the show. Wisconsin Farm Boy gets it. I'm going to start saying that now. Don't be a hoe, share the show. Don't be an ass, come to class. Don't be full of buy a kit. You see what I did there? I'm not going to say it. I didn't say it. They thought I was going to say it. I didn't say it. So, let's get into the show. Let's get into the news. We're going to start with some news coming out of the Democratic Republic of Congo, the DRC, as the kids call it. Unknown. It's unknown right now. It's unknown. Unknown flu-like disease kills almost 150, sparking pandemic fears. I'm sure that nobody made this in a lab. Don't ask questions, okay? Don't look at who supports the DRC and what health organizations are operating there. Don't do it. Don't Google it after this live. Health officials have raised alarm after an unknown disease with flu-like symptoms have killed nearly 150 people since first being detected. The deaths have been reported in the Kwango province and the Kwango, say that 5 times fast, or the Kwango, and the Panzi Health Zone.
Pansy?
Maybe it's Ponzi, but it's Panzi. The Panzi Health Zone in the southwest of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Remy Saki, the deputy governor of the province, said samples are being collected and analyzed in a bid to identify the disease behind the outbreak. The initial report of 143 deaths was recorded between November 10th and the 25th. Symptoms of the disease include fever, headache, cough, and anemia, and the health minister has told reporters over the last weekend. So we got this mystery disease that's popping up in the DRC right before Trump takes office. We haven't seen anything like that. So,
Since the last time he was in office and they did this?
Yeah, and it wasn't in a foreign nation that it popped up, and it didn't start with a bunch of deaths.
Listen, can we just chill in 2025?
Just chill.
Everybody take a freaking chill
Everybody
pill.
just
Aren't
calm
you
down.
tired?
Come on.
Come on.
I need a nap. I've been reading the news for 6 years, and I hate it.
Well, I made the mistake of reading about nuclear war today.
It's
I was
okay.
Trying to find something. I was like, oh, this looks interesting. And I was like, no.
It's okay. It's okay. There's no nuclear war. It's not going to happen. Don't worry. Completely unrelated. Tucker Carlson is taking a trip to Moscow once again. Now, this is a big news because there's no reporters that are actively going to Russia to seek out the Russian narrative, to seek out the Russian side. Whether you agree with it or whether you don't agree with it, it doesn't actually matter. It's still information that is prevalent to the current times. So, Tucker Carlson just went to Moscow to seek out negotiations and an interview with the man himself, Putin. right? So we've already seen one interview take place, but he's seeking it out again. And the reason he said it's very, very direct. He says, we're on the brink of global war. Why isn't anyone talking about it? The interview chart changes that. Tucker returns back to Moscow to interview with the Russian Minister of Foreign Affairs, Sergei Lavrov, to discuss the American use of missiles inside of Russia, taking Russian life, and how it is now a direct hot war with Russia by American arms and personnel. So we have this undisclosed war that's happening with Russia. The American people never voted on it. It never went to Congress. We're using a back channel through the Ukrainian people by sending both personnel and arms to Ukraine and then launching missiles into Russia. And then we're going to act surprised if Russia does anything in return. So if you guys have interest in that, go to TCN. You can watch the interview there. Obviously, we can't air the whole interview here, but it raises some interesting questions, right? Going on with that, you know, Russia is openly communicating that they see no grounds for negotiations with Ukraine. And this is directly from Putin's mouth, right? So Russia's launching more drone attacks. They're using more missiles. A Kremlin spokesperson, Dmitry Peskov, told a newspaper in an interview published on Wednesday that Russia sees no grounds for negotiations yet to end Moscow's war on Ukraine. President-elect Donald Trump's imminent return to the White House has revived speculation as to a possible deal to end Russia's full-scale invasion of its neighbors, which, by the time Trump takes office again, will nearly be 3 years old. Russia still occupies about 20% of Ukraine and claims to have annexed 4 entire regions: the Donetsk, the Luhansk, the Kherson, and the Zaporizhia. I probably butchered that last one. Though it only partially occupies the areas it claims. Russian President Vladimir Putin and his top officials have reportedly said that Kiev and its Western partners must accept the new territorial realities of Russian occupation, including the Crimea, which was annexed in 2014. Both Moscow and Kiev have raised the prospect of renewed peace talks in recent weeks, though the two sides still appear far apart on key issues. Among them are the fate of the partially or fully occupied Ukrainian regions and Kiev's ambition to join NATO. Peskov told the newspaper that many countries have declared the readiness to host possible peace talks. Among them are the Qatar. Indeed, the Emirate has been a very active member and mediator in various areas. It has been quite effective, he added. Besides, our bilateral relations with Qatar have been developing perfectly. We are grateful to all states, among them Qatar, for their goodwill. Russian and Ukrainian leaders are spending the last months of President Joe Biden's time in office trying to gain leverage on the military and diplomatic fronts. More in Ukraine, Trump election has been met with anxiety, but also hope that he might end the war. Former Fox News presenter Tucker Carlson announced on Wednesday that he's returned to Russia to interview the foreign minister Sergei Lavrov. Carlson interviewed Putin in February and has been a fierce critic of the Biden administration's support for Ukraine. Zelensky, meanwhile, has spent the last week receiving high-level allied visits to Kiev. German chancellors, European Council presidents, and EU foreign policy chiefs have all traveled to the Ukrainian capital, with Schloss pledging $680 million in new military aid. The U.S. also announced this week its latest tranche of military support worth $750 million. Zelensky said such support is exactly what we need. I'm sure he did. Ukrainian forces need significant reinforcement, particularly through weapons from our partners, the president said on Tuesday amid difficult battlefield conditions. Russian forces continue to advance in the east of Ukraine while pressing their efforts to eject Ukrainian troops from Russia's western Kursk region, where Kiev's forces took up positions to a surprise August offensive. Meanwhile, both sides continue long-range drone and missile attacks. Russian strikes are focused on Ukraine's energy network, while Kiev continues to target military sites and oil infrastructure facilities. On Wednesday, Ukraine's Air Force reported 28 Russian drones launched into the country overnight, of which 22 were shot down and 6 still being successful. Russian Defense Ministry has said that its forces have shot down 35 Ukrainian drones overnight. Russia is increasing Ukraine drone attacks by 44% since the Trump election. Peace talk speculation looks set to continue through the Trump's inauguration on January 20th. A member of parliament representing Zelensky's party and the chair of the body's Foreign Affairs Committee told ABC News that it is possible that Russia may soften its inflexible negotiation position in 2025 due to President Trump. Putin is afraid of Trump and considers him to be unpredictable and stronger than Biden, who last nominated the president-elect for next year's Nobel Peace Prize. At the moment, Putin is in a hurry to grab as much territory as he can and to get the Kursk region back. He is trying to improve his position before Trump comes to power and before the possible negotiations. Something that's also interesting to note is that Tucker Carlson reached out to Zelensky and to the Ukrainian government for an interview. He said, we want to share your side. We want to know what's happening. And the U.S. embassy that's inside of Ukraine denied it. They shut it down. They said, no, you cannot talk to Tucker Carlson. You can talk to CNN, you can talk to MSNBC, you can talk to ABC, you can even talk to Fox. However, you cannot talk to Tucker Carlson.
Why?
So that's a super interesting thing, is that because Tucker Carlson is outside of the major news networks, he's operating freely, he doesn't have some network that's holding over editorial power. He's a freelance. He's actually asking questions that the American people want to know. He's actually trying to get investigative journalism into those regions to ask hard-pressing questions, to figure out the true narrative in what is actually happening.
Like how it used to be when you had an investigative journalist.
When you had an investigative journalist that would get shot over what they were investigating.
Yeah.
Remember those times when investigative journalists were super tough, like scrappy little dudes and chicks that would sneak in somewhere and figure out a story and then report it? Not like we have now where they just sit in a comfy newsroom. The reason we are at war is military-industrial complex. Yeah, it seems that way. It really does. Tranche, a word we don't hear enough anymore. Yeah, remember tranches that, collapsed the 2008 economy? It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, sorry, I'm driving LOL, so the message was all broken up. Thanks, guys. Side note, med kits in cars are good. Heck yeah, Lance. Putin is a chess player. Playing chess requires knowing an opponent and tells and tendencies. Unfortunately for Putin, Trump has neither. That's right. He is not in their pocket.
Too much credit.
Yeah, don't give Putin
too much credit.
Don't give Putin too much credit, the boss says as he walks out. With Bear, I can never make the live because I never know when it is, but with y'all doing it the same day every week, it's good. Nice, Lance. We're happy to have you. Thank you so much for being on the show. Guys, we're trying to talk about the truth here and what's actually happening. Information coming out of Ukraine, out of Kiev, is being restricted, okay? And it's important to note that even though we try to get freelance journalists in there, American journalists that'll actually tell the truth, it's being denied.
So are you saying that Carlson was allowed, he could go to Russia, but they're not letting him in Ukraine?
Yeah, so Tucker Carlson went and interviewed Putin. He's going back right now to interview the defense ministry. But with that, they're not letting him get an interview with Kiev, with Zelensky. And he wants to. He wants to tell both sides of the story. He wants to actually form the true narrative, put the pieces of the puzzle together to figure out what the heck is going on. Right? That's pretty important.
It's difficult to know when it comes to news what the truth is, because we all know that they've changed history books in schools. Like, we all know that the media lies. So how do we know what the heck is really going on?
What is really going on?
All we see is what's they're putting in front of our eyeballs.
That's right. That's right. So you got to take all this media, even the media that we're sharing right here, with a grain of salt. You got to understand that things change.
We're
it
just
evolves.
reading what we can find.
Yeah, this is through scrounging the internet, talking to intelligent people, and trying to form a narrative that actually makes sense, given all the information on the chessboard, right? And we can't see the whole board. Okay, this is why it's so important to be prepared, because you don't actually get the full picture, Preparedness exists inside of information and intelligence, but when you don't have all that information and intelligence, you have to form contingency plans, which is why we harp on first aid kit, why we harp on training, why we harp on, food storage and energy storage, and all these different things separate of a system that's depriving you of information. It's very, very important for your own survival, for your own capability, and your own preparation, right? Carlson recently interviewed Vlad. Yep, Carlson sat down with the man himself. It's very interesting. It's a very interesting interview. All right, we're going to move on to the next thing here. This is an interesting little piece of news in New York City. The CEO of United Healthcare, one of the largest insurance providers in the nation, was fatally shot Wednesday morning outside of a Hilton hotel in downtown Manhattan in what police said was a brazen, targeted attack. Brian Thompson, who was 50, was shot by a masked gunman at approximately 6:45 a.m. near the hotel on the 54th Street between the 6th and 7th Avenues. Jessica Trish, the police commissioner, said that it appears the gunman waited for Thompson outside the hotel, where he was set to speak at an investment conference. The shooter stepped behind Thompson and opened fire, striking him in the back and in the leg. Thompson was rushed to a nearby hospital, where he's pronounced dead. Police were still searching for the suspect, who hid in an alleyway before boarding a city bike and riding into Central Park, where he was last seen. The suspect was described as a light-skinned male wearing a light brown or cream-colored jacket, a black face mask, black and white sneakers, and a gray backpack. While officials said the motive for the shooting was unclear, Tish said that the incident does not appear to be a random act of violence. In a statement, United Healthcare Group, the parent company of United Healthcare, described Thompson as a highly respected colleague and a friend to all who worked with him. We are working closely with the New York City Police Department and ask for your patience and understanding during this difficult time. The statement said, our hearts go out to Brian's family and all who were close to him. United Health Group was hosting its annual conference for analysts and investors at the hotel on Wednesday. The company ended the event early as news of the shooting began to emerge. I'm afraid that some of you may know we're dealing with a very serious medical situation with one of our team members, and as a result, I'm afraid we're going to have to bring to a close the event today, which I apologize for, United Health CEO Andrew Whitty said at the conference. I'm sure you understand we're going to go offline now from the broadcast. Whitty continued, according to the outlet, we'll share with you an alternative mechanism to update you. I apologize for bringing things to a close, but I hope you'll understand. So Thompson has worked for healthcare and healthcare giants since the 2000s. So United Health Group is among the nation's largest healthcare companies and provides health insurance, pharmacy benefits, and healthcare services. Pharmacy benefits? I wonder what that includes. I wonder what pharmaceuticals United Health Group would have been involved in. I wonder who they partnered with. I wonder what organizations and companies they partner with that are currently under investigation because of certain pharmaceutical practices that led to death of hundreds of thousands of people. I wonder. But I don't know. So I'm not going to speculate on the internet to you guys. I would never speculate. I would never do that. Anyways, its health insurance unit, United Healthcare, provided coverage for more than 27 million people, U.S. residents, as of December 21st, 23. The company covers another 7.8 million people globally with the medical and dental benefits, mostly in Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Peru. Vaccinations. Man.
You all right?
Yeah, sorry, I got a cough. It's the shot. Ugh. Dang it, man. Sorry, it's just coming up out of me right now. Can't. Thompson was named CEO for the United Healthcare in April 2021. Before that, so April 2021, I don't know what rolled out around that time. I don't know what was rolling out then. Don't know anything about that. Wouldn't want to ask any questions about that. All right. Before that, he served in several roles within the company, including a stint overseeing the government programs. That's weird. United Healthcare government programs and companies' Medicare and retirement arms. Nursing homes. Okay. The company website states he has been with the company since 2004. So obviously the shooting rocked the business section of Manhattan. People were scared. Nobody's coming for my business now. Yada, yada, yada. Officials expressed shock.
Robert Doyle said that was my CEO. I met him personally and he was a great man.
Oh, cool.
That's crazy. You knew him.
Yeah, I'm sure that he wasn't involved in anything bad. And that's usually people that aren't involved in anything bad get shot in the back of the head. And usually good guys that are trying to whistleblow don't get shot in the back of the head either. So I'm sure that neither one of those are possible opportunities or, what could have happened. So just food for thought, take a look at what's coming out in the information from the congressional hearings and the Senate report hearings. What information is coming out about certain implications to maybe directors of the National Institute of Health, medical directors of the World Health Organization, maybe any GOF work that happened, gain of function, all of this, seeing just don't look into how this web is tied. Just be like, oh wow, that sucks. That guy got shot. I'm sure it has nothing to do with anything. You know? Yeah, David Hospital, totally not a hit job. Totally not a hit job. Shot in the back, waited for him, then ran away, and didn't get caught. New York City, which has gunshot alerting technology. Cameras on every street corner.
I thought you can't have guns there. How on earth?
Wait!
That's not
Wait
even
a second!
allowed.
That's a great point. You can't even have guns in New York City.
That's false news.
This is not even a real story, because he didn't have a gun, because you can't have guns in New York City. It's a gun-free zone.
Gun-free zone. Okay? We all know that those places that are gun-free, like, the bad guys can't even get their hands on guns there.
You can't buy guns if they're illegal.
Yeah.
That's not, you can't do it. There's no stores that sell them.
That's not how it works, okay?
It's not how it works. Anyways, I'll just take a drink of water. That tastes good. All right. So moving on to different news that's totally not related to hundreds of thousands of deaths and implication of individuals.
Silencer.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that stuff. Gunman had a silencer. Maybe. I don't.
Are those like even more illegal?
Yeah, it's a suppressor, but yeah,
Oh.
maybe I didn't see that in any photos. It's totally possible the gunman had a suppressor. And even like understand that like even if you have a suppressor, that doesn't mean that the gunshot is silent.
Yeah,
it just
it's
means
not.
it lowers the decibel. So maybe the gunshot readers didn't pick up on it, but he was still shot
It's
in
not
the
like the
downtown.
movies.
He was shot in the downtown district of Manhattan, outside of the Hilton Hotel.
Wow, he's kind of a young dude.
Yeah, he's 50 when he was killed. I think is what it said. 50.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
50 years old. Bad guy was cool as a kitten and calmly walked away after verifying hits. Yeah.
Assassin.
Seems like a hitman. I don't know.
They have it on video.
Yeah, they have the whole thing on video.
Holy moly.
Yeah, we can't show the video for obvious reasons.
Oh my god, no. What?
But the dude just walks up behind him, smokes him.
God, that is insane. No.
Yep. Cool as a kitten. Walked up, made the hit, walked away, got on a bike, rode to Central Park, disappeared. Because there's no cameras in Central Park. Remember,
There's
no.
just like a person chilling on the side too. I'm not gonna watch it. I don't like watching people die.
Do you folks have any clue as to how many face recognition cameras are in that exact area, 24/7, 365?
Oh my gosh.
He wore a mask, so he
Yeah.
defeated that. Wore a mask.
I think he's fully like I don't even think you can see his hands.
Yeah, I'm
It
sure.
looked like everything. Let me see. Everything was covered.
Well, they did say light
Yep, he
skinned.
had white. Oh, maybe it was just his white hands. Just call him white if he's light skinned, okay? He was white.
No, he's light skinned.
He was
just
white.
light skinned. You don't know that. Totally not a pro. Totally not a pro hitman. And nobody hired him, I'm sure. And why would you hire somebody to kill somebody? Because you need to silence them.
What's crazy is this wasn't like some dark alley. There's like cars.
It
right
is
next to
in
him.
broad day. It is 7 in the morning.
There's cars with their brake lights on. There's a person standing there. I mean, just no qualms. Yet
Walks-
nobody saw him go wherever he went. Even though that we're talking like not nighttime, not it.
You know, sometimes certain cases seem like somebody was shot in the back of the head twice, and it's a suicide. Like, you know, it's good to ask questions. It is good to ask questions. Just got my ankle kit bag only for holding some metal stuff, for slinging other metal stuff fast. Heck yeah, shop stuff. That's awesome.
Whoa, slinging metal stuff.
But not illegally like that guy did.
No.
Riding a specialized e-bike allegedly. Yeah, I think it was a New York City has e-bike programs, but even still, like, that's registered to someone. So I mean, I don't know. I'm just hanging out, having a good time, reading the news. I'm sure none of this correlates to anything. We have a good time.
Oh boy, Kevin Dimmer, a moron, offed himself trying to steal copper from power lines in Columbus, Ohio this week.
Oof. I'm gonna get this copper.
Was it worth it?
Was it worth it?
Ugh.
Was it really worth it?
Ugh.
Sounds like the intro to Gross Point Blank. It sounds like Goodfellas. That's what it sounds like. Good grief.
Oh, hey, does the new Borders art give you like cop vibes?
Yes.
Like when you hear him talk, you're like, I don't know.
Yeah. Rough.
I don't know.
Guys, just so you know, we do make EDC kits, the slick kit, the ankle kit, so that way if people are getting murdered next to you in broad daylight because they were involved in maybe some things, you could have first aid gear because bullets actually pass through things. They don't always stop. So just a little food for thought. If you're in New York City, you should probably have a first aid kit, or if you're around any of these individuals that are involved in, and implicated in these types of things, might be best to have first aid kit, you know? It's always important to have first aid gear on you, on your person, whether that's an ankle kit, slick kit, tourniquet, and some wound packing gauze, whatever your combo is, have the gear on your person. It's highly important. The slick kits are selling like freaking hotcakes right now. Highly capable first aid kit. Little vacuum sealed, fits in a little suit pocket right here, fits in your back pocket. It's good to go, man. It really is. What do you do if you own most of your kits? What do? I make sure that the people around me have first aid gear as well. I start like pushing it out, right?
And go to training.
I go to training. I definitely go to training, but you know, if you think about it, not everybody can always travel all the way to Oklahoma for training, so that's why we have the webinar. It's a great resource. The webinar is like friggin' $60. It's super affordable. It's a great resource to be able to learn and brush up on your skills. But then also, like, you know, I have most of the kits, right? So I make sure that my sister, my brother-in-law, my other sister, my other brother-in-law, my brother, you know, all these people, they have first aid gear. My mom, my dad, you know, my neighbors. Like, hey, what do you need? How can I help you? All this stuff. That's really, really important, man.
Actually, we have a bleeding prevention webinar coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, we have a bleeding prevention webinar here in 2 weeks.
Right?
Yeah, it's about 2.5 weeks away. It's a Sunday afternoon. It's a great little date night, great little date option. We have people do the date night. It's a cool little opportunity. Hang out with your spouse. No, you don't gotta buy 2 tickets. Just sit at the same computer. It's all good, right? And it's a cool little opportunity. Order a little bit of Chinese food, put a tourniquet on each other. It's a good time. You know, we like to have fun here. David Hosfield, slick with a tourniquet is part of my EDC. Heck yeah. Check out the new sets and kits in the store. Yeah, we got new sets. We got new kits in the store. We do have the OD green. I have only caught one person selling OD green on eBay. They were charging a lot of money for it. I was kind of shocked. But I have caught them before. It happens.
A refuge kit?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I've caught like bare min 1.0s on eBay. Oh, yeah, dude.
And you're like, wait, no, we want that.
Yeah, I had to like shut one person down because they were reselling on eBay our first aid gear once too. Yeah, it happens. You gotta stay on that stuff. Arlene said that it was a great class. I'm sure she's referring to the bleeding prevention webinar, so that's awesome. I'm grateful that you showed up. All right, guys, we're gonna hop back into the news here.
Hold on. How long is the webinar, Jason?
The webinar is about 3 hours.
It's 2 hours of teaching, 1 hour of Q&A.
Yeah, so we have 2 hours of Q&A, so it's an opportunity to ask some questions there to the cadre. And then you have 2 hours of instruction, and then you get a couple of breaks in there too. Like, it's not just straight. Like, you gotta hold your pee for 3 hours.
Hi, Arlene.
Yeah, so we do a couple of yeah, it's 3 hours. So it's hour a break, an hour a break, and then Q&A, and then it ends.
And it's more. I just want to clarify. I know we have a lot of free content that we do on YouTube. This is way more in depth. You're getting the data. There's a slideshow so you can see like what Bob's talking about. You have like tons of moments for reps and sets, and there's a video that we put out before the webinar so that you can build your own wound packing simulator.
Yeah,
Bob
buddy.
actually has it on the table right here, so that while you're taking the class, the webinar, you can practice and not just be like, okay, well that's what I would do. You actually can practice.
Yeah, it's really simple to build your own wound packing simulator. They charge a lot of money for these online. But this is a great little tool to kind of train these skills at home, right? You can practice your sweeps and your rakes. Like, oh, okay, there's a wound. Oh, okay, there's a wound there. All right, I need to pack this, right? And you can kind of like visually or rather tactilely identify, like, oh, here's a wound. Oh, that's a good wound right there. Like, all right, I need to pack that, right? So it's a cool little resource. I've seen people put a little bit of tubing in the middle here, and then make one of these a bleeding wound with just like cornstarch, water, and food coloring. That smells after a while, just so you know. It does stink, but you can do it. You can do it. So we might actually go ahead and do that for you guys, show you how to make that bleeding simulator. Will it be recorded so we can log in and go back and rewatch it to learn as much as possible? You get 24 hours and then the video goes unlisted.
And it's not a recording. Like, it actually is live.
It's a video. It's live. It's not recorded. Like, we make it for you. We answer your questions.
Yeah.
So you can go back and watch it for 24 hours and make notes and relearn things and kind of re-listen to things, and that's great. However, it's not available forever, and that's the big thing. Wife and I are going to do the January webinar. Heck yeah, Matt. That's awesome, bro. Love it. I love it. Kevin Trimmer, I think the medical term is shedding the infection. I don't know what he's talking about here. Hopping on a live, doing laundry between classes and kids in homeschool. Hope to attend a real class someday, one step at a time. Heck yeah, SP Mama 444. That is awesome. We'd love to hear that. We'd love to hear that. Yeah, 24 hours is plenty. I would agree. All right, hopping back into the news. Actually, Medic Mike called this 2 weeks ago, and I believe it was me. I told him, I was like, Mike, that's rumored. That's not going to happen. Yada, yada, yada. And so I owe Medic Mike a public apology right here to everybody. I'm sorry, Mike. You're very smart. You're the best. Believe it. Tremendous.
What did you do to Mike?
Oh, Mike told me this was going to happen, and I told him it was rumored.
For what? Oh, the Canadian. Oh.
Yeah, so Canadian Postal Service has gone on strike. Don't worry, it's not a big time to send mail or anything, so it's not going to impact anything. We're actually having troubles with it right now with Refuge Medical. So, last week, the U.S. Postal Service announced it was temporarily suspending international mail acceptance to Canada because of a labor strike. Here's what to know about the strike and how it could impact mail during the holiday season. Who is on strike and why? Workers for the Canada Post, Canada's national mail carrier, which is unionized, has been on strike since November 15th, citing failed contract negotiation disputes between the postal company and the union. Negotiations between the Canada Post and the Canadian Union of Postal Workers broke down amid massive financial losses, according to the BBC. Key points in negotiations include wages, safety, and workers being replaced by technology. How long will the Canada Post strike last? Canada Post workers are entering their third week on strike with no announced end date. The union said that it received new documents from company leadership on Sunday based on adjustments made from both sides, and that negotiators are in the process of reviewing them. Still, the union said no date has been announced to renew the joint mediation process as of Monday afternoon. How's the strike impacting the Canadian economy? Well, estimates by the Canadian Federation of Independent Business say the strike has cost the small and medium-sized business sector nearly $76 million per day. $76 million per day since the strike began. If the strike isn't resolved by Wednesday, the group estimated it would cost the business sector more than $1 billion. Small businesses are losing crucial revenue and sales due to the circumstances outside of their control. The CFIB report estimates nearly 3/4 of small businesses in Canada have been negatively impacted by the strike because of the cost impacts in lost orders, more expensive delivery alternatives, late payments, and the inability to promote their business during a traditionally lucrative season. Holiday season is very big for people who ship stuff. How does the Canada Post strike impact U.S. mail? USPS announced it would temporarily suspend international mail acceptance to Canada on Friday, citing the strike. Which was Black Friday, by the way. Canada Post said it cannot process or deliver international mail or services. In turn, the USPS is asking customers not to mail items to Canada until further notice. Sorry, Canada. We're trying to get stuff to you. We're thinking about maybe starting a mule train up to Canada to carry birth buckets and such. USPS said this service disruption affects all classes of international mail, including letters and parcels, as well as express services like Priority Mail Express, Priority Mail International, First Class Mail International, First Class Package International, International Priority Air Mail, International Surface Air List, Commercial E-Packet, and M-Bag items. On its website, the USPS said it's closely monitoring the situation and will continue to provide updates as to when it may resume service in Canada. Are there mailing alternatives to Canada Post? As the holiday gift-giving season approaches, some would-be mailers are thinking ahead when it comes to how they'll send presents to and from Canada this year. On Reddit, some users following the strike suggested providing the e-gift cards as a way to still send holiday cheer while also supporting union workers. For those dead set on sending and receiving packages, some are turning to Prurolator, a Canada courier company that can deliver packages throughout Canada and internationally. The company is represented by a different union than the Canada Post workers. U.S.-based shipping companies like FedEx and UPS also offer international shipping services and expedited delivery options that ship to Canada. There are also a number of other international shipping options like DHL and Shipping Chimp. Where can I keep up on strike updates? You can go to the Canadian Union of Postal Workers, Canada Post, the USPS, all these different locations. But know right now that roughly $1 billion is being cut off from the Canada small and medium business sector because of this strike. It's having a huge impact. Also know that, I don't know if you guys know this, Baxter, the IV fluid production company, was hit in the Hurricane Helene storm. One of the other major producers for IV fluids is in Canada. They are being directly affected by this strike. So, when these things happen, they affect not only the small business, the medium business, and the consumer, but they also greatly affect the supply chain. This is why we press to you guys constantly. We press it. Get your gear. Get it while you can. These supply chains are extremely fragile. They're extremely fragile, and they crumble rapidly. We've seen that with strikes that happened on the docks. We've seen that with strikes that happened in the postal services, in the delivery and courier services, and it will continue to go down. Like, this isn't anything new. There's nothing new under the sun. So pay attention. Monopolies are a beautiful thing, aren't they? Shake my head. Yeah, it's great that one union represents everybody.
Duh. Why would you want to have...
And I'm sure the unions aren't getting paid during this time, right? I'm sure the unions got a hold on their paycheck. Good grief. Wait for the ports to close again. Yeah, the port strike got kicked down the road till next month, so remember that.
No. Yay.
Opportunity to make it here, too. Salome for the win. O2 for the win as well. Yeah, they just don't have the production lines. That's the problem, dude. It's great to say that until the production goes to a 5% capacity, right? So now let's put, whereas 1,000 bags a month were being made in those locations, now let's put 100,000 or 1 million bag demand on them. It's not going to keep up. It's not. It's like, oh, we'll just build a new factory. Okay, that takes 18 months. And the FDA and the USDA. So, like, huge ringers to go through. It's not that simple. It really isn't. So, I mean, everybody wants to make stuff here until it's time to pay for stuff to be made here. You know, we see that all the time in this location. You know, everybody wants American made until it's time to pay for American made. And when you pay for American made, you should be paying for quality. So remember to vet the companies that you're supporting that are American made, that they have good quality. Because there's a bunch of companies that make stuff here, but they don't make great stuff. And yes, it's awesome that you make stuff here, but you have to make high quality. Right? Rick S. has got a great word. Just invade Canada. Let's just take Canada over. Let's just, like, we could do that, right? All right, guys, we're going to Canada. Yeah, Canucks have some solid folk. They do.
Did you hear what Trump supposedly said to Trudeau?
No.
About, like, if you can't pay the tariffs or something like that, maybe you should just become the 51st state.
I agree, dude. Take them over. Take them by force.
Can we hunt there? If we take them.
You can hunt there now.
I mean, you technically can, but I mean, I guess out of state's going to be expensive anywhere.
Canada.
Oh, but did you know that they're taking away the ability to do a lot of that stuff? Now you can only get your out of state stuff by like draw and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're trying to.
Yeah.
I know they're doing that in Oklahoma. They sell like a hunting tag in Oklahoma costs like $45, but if you're out of state, it costs like a freaking $1,000. You know.
That's crazy.
It's good. It protects the wildlife.
There it is. Frago out said thought Trump was making Canada 51st state.
Gosh, I hope not. We have enough states that can't pay their own bills right now. We have too much federal overreach. Last thing we need is more. Oh my gosh, we're taking on all their problems and all their population. That's what we do. Like, let's clean our house before we build an addition.
I feel like we need a vacation from the news.
That's the next live stream.
We'll
just stream from the beach next week.
Have you ever thought about, like, you know, if an EMP happened, would it really be that bad?
Today?
Yeah. Today, yes.
Yeah, today
I've
thought about it.
a scheduled EMP for a couple days.
Rick just wants an opportunity to use his Arctic camo. Well, Rick hasn't gotten his Arctic camo yet, so.
Oh, poor Rick.
Infiltrate their maple syrup manufacturing. There
Yes!
it is. There it is. That's how we pay for everything. We'll just take over the maple syrup market. All right, guys, we got one more story for the day, and then we'll go ahead.
A good feel for that one.
Oh, you have a good feel?
Yeah,
good
after
feel
you read your
first
own
story?
one.
Okay.
Ended on a good note.
All right, South Korea. Everybody's seen the news. South Korea's turmoil is the latest threat in a three-way Pacific alliance. So we have a martial law declaration. It looks like they kind of came to a resolution either today or last night. But we had a huge martial law threat. So the president of South Korea activated martial law. He didn't have full support of his parliament or of his representatives. However, he activated the military. He seized the parliament building. He seized the government buildings. And a lot of people are speculating because there was infiltration of North Korean assets or Chinese assets into their government. And so this was the president who is more conservative doing what he could to protect that government from that infiltration. A bunch of news cycles are spinning it a different way. I would just arm you guys with information in regards to South Korea's relationship to Japan. It's very important. You have Taiwan, Japan, and South Korea, which are all very important in the Asian region, the Pacific region, because of their proximity to North Korea and the proximity to China, and the production that happens there. And so there's a big threat for anybody who's seemingly trying to join BRICS. So BRICS is the other currency. They're trying to throw away the dollar. Can't blame them. But understanding that this is a very volatile area. So whenever you see news that's coming out of that location, go ahead and take it, through a couple of different filters, because we're not even close to that area, and getting true and accurate factual reporting is very, very challenging because it's coming through so many different filters. So what I can say from my perspective here is to analyze the information. Let's go ahead and see how this plays out. I know they were reporting that every single representative that was there voted against it, and it had 190 votes against the martial law declaration, but there's like 340 representatives inside of that parliament. A bunch of people didn't show up. So even the reporting itself is extremely skewed. So when you see big news blasts like MSNBC and CNN and ABC and Reuters and all this stuff reporting about this stuff, go ahead and take it through a filter and really analyze it. Why are they saying what they're saying? What's the actual play here in the geopolitical sphere? What power does China want in that area? Because China has agents in the United States government. They absolutely have agents in the South Korean government. So if it's happening here, it's definitely happening there. So pay attention to that and see what is the play for the big CCP in action there.
Somebody get their lunch out of that microwave. It's done. That's not a microwave.
That's not a microwave. That's a sewing machine, or it's a cutting machine. So what you're hearing is first aid kits and gear being made right there. I mean, that's our Chinese sweatshop that's going on. Ling Hao is currently making plate carriers for 12 grains of rice today.
Oh, I thought we were only doing 10.
Pretty sure it's a cutting machine for webbing and Velcro. It could be that. It could be just that. Right?
All right, are we ready for my feel-good story?
All right, let's get a feel-good story. Let's feel good. Let's feel good.
Doc actually found this.
Doc found it.
All right, Bible sales are booming in the U.S. New data shows they're looking for hope. Smartphones and high-tech gadgets may dominate modern life, but the timeless truth of Scripture... Whoa, thank you. Sorry, TJ just came up and shined a flashlight. The timeless truth of Scripture is experiencing a remarkable resurgence in the United States. Bible sales are up 22% in the U.S. this year compared to the same time frame last year, according to Circana BookScan book tracking data cited by the Wall Street Journal.
Praise God.
Yeah, the data
Bibles are in.
Sales through the end of October. By comparison, book sales in 2023 were up only 1% compared to the same time frame the previous year. Anxiety combined with a desire for certainty are driving the surge, experts say. People are experiencing anxiety themselves, or they're worried for their children and grandchildren. Jeff Crosby, president of the Evangelical Christian Publishers Association, told the Wall Street Journal, it's related to artificial intelligence, election cycles, and all of that feeds a desire for assurance that we're going to be okay.
We're going to be okay.
We're going to be okay. This is pretty cool. So,
22% growth.
That's a lot of growth.
In a year where they only see 1% growth in books. So, think about the growth.
Heck yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
That's so cool.
And I'm sure you see relationally to that a huge increase in participation in congregations,
Yeah.
which means a revival of the body. There's a spirit of revival that's on people right now. People want to get closer to the Most High.
Super cool.
They're seeking out the Lord, which is, dude, that's all we want. That is the goal.
Can I say something just wild? If we all collectively just like turned our TV off and then like loved our neighbor, what?
What?
It would be so cool.
It would be so cool. It would be such a blessing. It really would. About to leave work, taking y'all out of my ear. I love y'all. Hey, Travis, you have a great day, man. Please tell TJ I'm wearing the most comfortable socks of my life, and he is on them. David Hosfeld.
David, that shit's weird, man. I don't want to be on your socks.
Don't wear TJ socks.
How did you get my socks?
He's just printed out a picture of you and taped it on his sock. Hopefully they'll seek out true teachers and not hijacked by that "he gets us" crap.
You know what? Hopefully they'll seek out the Holy Spirit and let the Holy Spirit do its job.
That's right.
100%.
That's right, man.
Covert Threads just put one last little run of bear socks in for anybody that wants them.
Yeah, if you want some bear socks, Covert Threads has got one last run that just ran in. So
I gotta go.
I love you.
Thanks for the chicken.
You're welcome.
Shalom, shalom, my brother.
Rick says hi. So he's barefoot?
You're barefoot. Classic. That's
man.
funny.
That
That's
is
funny.
good stuff right there.
Covert Threads, best socks in the game.
Quick, Alex, draw TJ as Bigfoot, but barefoot. Do it.
Barefoot, Bigfoot. Alex, are you here?
Please. Please, Alex.
Is Ling Hao Chinese for Medic Mouse? Yeah. Yeah, Ling Hao is Chinese.
Is that what that is?
That's also called Mandarin, so they don't speak Chinese, they speak
Is
Mandarin.
that like Mandalorian?
Yeah, same thing.
Okay.
Same thing, Star Wars. They speak Star Wars there?
Klingon.
Yeah, Jupiter Mojo wins the internet for the day with the barefoot joke.
That was great. That was good stuff.
Yeah, I wish we had like an internet of the day like award. We could just like put
a
up
refugee.
Yeah, the
Like a
refugee of
Dundee.
the day.
The
Yeah,
refugee.
the refugee award.
Oh man, we talked about doing that for the company party.
Yeah, I like having refugee
They
award.
just had the Gundies. You know they got that from the Dundies.
Yeah, 100%.
We can't do the Rundies. That sounds weird.
The Rundies. I got the Rundies.
I want a Rundy this year from the Rundies.
Quick, get him some Imodium. I got the Rundies. Oh no. Do you ship plate carriers to the UK? Yep, sure do. Not gonna ship you plates. Nice try, Fed. That's on you to figure out, but I will ship you a plate carrier.
You should know. We got a whole file for feds. Okay?
Yeah.
got a
Now we
whole
got him.
file. We
Dean
got a
Watts.
fed file.
Den Watts. Den Watts has been watching us. Bob, please talk about the new sets, the kits. Guys, there is a bunch of new sets and kits in the store right now. We got the road rash kit. We got the eye injury kit, and then we've got the recovery kit too. Those
and
are
the trail set.
the trail
set's pretty
sets.
cool.
The trail set's gangster. The trail set is nothing to be scoffed at for sure.
And guys, I don't know if Britt knows that she didn't take it off sale yet. But
Can you
still
show
get
us the new
discount.
trail set and the road rash set? Trying to decide how many to order. I don't have any in front of me to show you.
Oh,
Hold
she
on.
says.
She says, "Hold on." She's springing into action. She set down chicken.
She set down the chicken.
I don't know. I don't know if she
Let me
had
just
chicken
say
in the
this.
first
This is
place.
breaking news. I'm hungry.
Breaking news. Breaking news. Lauren's hungry.
Shocking.
Shocking.
Can you show us the new trail set? Oh yeah, you read that. Okay.
Buying a burn back it next month for
For
reasons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw your hand. That really stinks. That stinks. Did you see the thing?
No.
He caught a pan while it was falling out of the oven.
Don't.
And then, so he was so smart about it though. He took a burn dressing, put it in, and then put the glove over it to keep it on.
That's
Yeah.
basic dude stuff right
Well,
there.
you know what? I'm not a dude. Okay, so basic chick stuff would have been like,
Ow,
I
I'm
wanna keep this
hurt.
on my
Where's
hand.
my husband?
yeah, exactly. Keith, help me. I stabbed myself in the hand once while Heath was at work trying to cut into an avocado. And I definitely made him come home from work to rescue me.
All right, so this is the road rash kit here. Comes with the skin stapler, comes with some ace wrap, some Coban, tape, extra gauzes, gloves, skin glue, burn shield dressing for your soothing, your boo-boos, some cleaning wipes, some antiseptic wipes. This is an awesome little kit right here. And then this is going to be your trail set. And this thing is pretty gangster, I'm not going to lie.
Hey, really quick, the Road Rush set is literally on sale right now for like $28.99. That is insane, the amount of stuff
yeah,
that's
this
in
is
there.
$28. You got a skin
Is
steak
that
right
wrong,
there.
Britt? Should that be only $28? That seems like it's not enough.
Lauren does need to go to class. Lauren's actually taking the
Shut
essential responder
up.
in
Okay,
April.
First of all, I have been to class. Thank you very much. I've been
Lauren
to
is
this one.
not filming the essential responder in April. She's going to it. She's doing the whole thing. And she's going to be gangster. She's going to wear Born Primitive pants.
Joshua Butler. He can't help you because his wife won't let him buy night vision. Dang it!
Oh, that's amazing.
You're mean, Josh.
Good job.
I thought you were financing night vision for him.
Yeah.
What the heck? What are you even talking about?
Yeah, Josh sends you a bill.
Dang it.
All right, so you got a whistle, and this whistle is also a tick remover, too, which is pretty cool. Gloves, gauze, you got adventure wipes right here. She's got, like, sunscreen and bug wipes and hand sanitizer. I mean, there's burn wipe in here. It's all good, man. This thing is packed full. And then you got, you know, your boo-boo wipes, your Band-Aid bags, some hydrocortisone. All of that is just packed into this little kit right here. The trail set is what it's called.
Hydrocortisone is where it is freaking at.
Hydrocortisone.
We have used so much of that just from bug bites.
Bro, it is a superpower. It is quite good. Let me get this in there.
Mama Homesteady said, my husband offered to give me stitches on the spot the night I met him after I got myself cleaning my pocket knife. That's when I knew I found a winner.
Was he good at giving stitches?
I mean, I've taken a stitching class.
Yeah. I'll stitch that up. A permanent scar.
But you know what? She'll always remember him.
Lamppost goes, that's not new house money, Josh. Gosh.
It's true. It's not.
Yeah, so guys, these are awesome little sets right here. I would seriously recommend go out and grabbing a couple of these. If you wanted to, 2 of these, 1 of these bad mama jammas, throw this in the car, or get a couple of these so that way if your kid falls riding their bike, that's a superpower right there. Help them with their hero marks. Bob, miss you, brother. No pizza, Rob. Oh, dude, Rob. Guys, shout out to Rob in the chat. Seriously, everybody say thank you to Rob. He helped so much with Hurricane Helene. He was an absolute gangster. He came out. We bonded in the Lord.
I think
he is
talked about him.
He is seriously such a good brother. And he's been chasing after the Lord since Hurricane Helene. Pray for him. Pray for his family that they would get closer to the Most High. Rob is an awesome dude. One of the few guys I just like off top gave my personal phone number to. And he is doing some seriously good work. Like he's doing some seriously good work in what he does with his job too. So just pray for him. He's on the inside, man. He's on the inside.
Mama Homesteady, that does sound like a winner right there. She said also, main point, he was carrying a fac.
Yeah,
Heck
first aid
yeah.
kit. Plans on 6-mag shingle for the plate carrier. Yes, there are plans for the 6-mag shingle. There's plans for a bunch of things with the plate carrier. Right now, there's plans on getting all the plate carriers sent out. That's our main priority.
They
Get all the
are
plate carriers sent out.
actively being sent out too. I watched it happen today.
Yeah,
I watched them go to shipping.
Yep, there's more probably going out today if they're where they're at. I think they are. I used some of the burn shield ointment during Thanksgiving on my wife who burned herself touching the inside of the turkey or of the turning pans. Oh yeah, dude.
Burns are the worst.
You gotta have burn capability at Thanksgiving. That ain't even a joke, son.
You know what though? Like when you think about all the injuries, I've stabbed myself in the hand before. I had my finger run over by an ice skate back when I was skating and had to have stitches and stuff. But a burn, that pain just stays with you.
Oh, dude.
And the burn dressing, I mean,
Takes it away, bro.
It
takes it away.
It's good stuff. If you don't have some, get some.
Yeah, a bunch of thank you to Rob. Thank Rob. Big ups, Rob. Shalom, Rob. Easy, Rob. You're doing seriously good work. Heck yeah, bro. We love that guy. He's a good dude. Anytime you want to come hang out, Rob, you let me know. You shoot me a text, dog. All right, guys. So that's going to be the show for today. Remember, OD Green kits are in for the time being. If you want to grab a kit, OD Green Bear Fac, OD Green Bear Min. You got the trail kit. You got the road rash kit.
And the H2O recovery. And there's an eye injury.
And the eye injury, right? Seriously, guys, a lot of good opportunities for this holiday season. Take advantage of it. We're going to pray, and then we're going to bounce out. Holy Heavenly Father, we love you so much. We really do. Praise you, and we worship you because you are good, and you deserve worship and praise. Father, we ask you to continue to guide us in all things. Guide our words, our thoughts, our minds, our actions, our steps, our hearts, our spirits, Lord. Protect us and guide us right now in these current times so that we could serve you. We praise you for our blessings, for the fact that we have air in our lungs right now, that we're able to do these things, that we're able to talk to you, that we're able to serve you, that we're able to tell people about you. Messiah, we love you. We really do. Thank you so much for everything you've done for us. Thank you for your sacrifice, for your atonement. We ask that you would just give us what we need today. Give us what we need today, and let us have eyes to see that. Let us have eyes to see what you have provided us with. Let us be grateful. Strengthen our spirit with hearts of gratitude. Let's not get tied up and focused on tomorrow or the next day or the next day or the next year or the next week. Lord, if anything is coming up against us is not of you, we rebuke it. We ask that you would not lead us into the temptation of the evil one, that you would deliver us, that you would guide us, and that you would keep us. Lord, we ask this so that we could better serve you and better build your kingdom. But most of all, Father, we give you all praise that we're able to work for you. We ask that if we're out here doing these things, that it would be to glorify you, Lord. Let this company be a glorification to you. Let these people be a glorification to you. Let our actions and our words be a glorification to you. Let us take every thought captive to you, Christ, because you are good. You are what good is, and we praise you for that. And Lord, if anybody's struggling right now, I pray that they would hit their knees and repent and come to you. You are the comforter, the Prince of Peace. We praise you for that. And we ask that you would work on their hearts. We thank you so much, Yeshua, for everything you've done for us. It's in your holy and mighty name, the name of the Christ. Amen. We love you all. We really do. Oh, remember, carry an effing tourniquet.